Hey, this is Dzarren. Just wanted to make a quick-ish video about my current drum kit setup. So let's get right into it. This is a drum kit made by Obelisk, which is a Canadian company from Calgary. These shells are all maple, and they are 5-ply maple. Every drum here from this kit is of the same shell configuration, 5-ply maple, which is very thin for drums this large. So let's go over the kit. We've got 8-inch tom, 10-inch tom, 12-inch tom, 13-inch tom, 16-inch tom, and an 18-inch tom. And then we've got a 20-inch bass drum. And all of these drums are square drums, meaning that their depth is equal to their diameter. So that's an 8x8, a 10x10, 12x12, onto a 20x20 bass drum. This obviously doesn't belong. This is a Yamaha 12-inch Musashi snare drum. And if you have a look at here, at the badge, all of the drums are individually serial numbered. So here's A0100, A0101, A0102, and I just showed you 103 earlier. And you might think that's where it starts, but no, the snare drum A0099. Let's go over this guy. I'm not using this in the kit right now, but this is the snare that belongs. Let's see what I've got here. It's the same shell configuration, like I said. It's 5-ply maple, very thin shell. Absolutely amazing drum though. We've got Aquarian texture coated on it, which is a single-ply coated head. I've got an S-hoop, which covers the bearing edge and has a very large contact patch for the stick when you're making a rim shot or any sort of cross stick. Let's look at the back side here. We've got an Aquarian Classic Clear 3mm snare side. We've got another S-hoop, snare side S-hoop rather. And I've got 24 strand pure sound wires. The one with the quick release guide, that quick release is nice, to say the least. Is very nice actually. And yeah, that's the snare drum. And let's go back to the toms. So like I said, all the toms here are 5-ply maple, and what I've got here are clear ambassadors on everything. Clear ambassador on the tops of all the toms. And if you notice, the logos are all the recent ones from the recent batch, when they recently decided to change the logo. These two I bought at the same time, but have a different logo on them. That's before they changed the logo. On the bottoms of all these drums, I've got Aquarian Classic Clear, which is actually identical in weight and to the Remo Ambassador. So that's a 10mm clear head on the bottom. Love Aquarian. Now let's look at this snare drum. Like I said, it's a 12-inch. Did I say it's a 12-inch, 12 by 6.5? Pretty deep drum for its diameter. Yamaha Musashi, made of oak. And what I've got an Aquarian High Energy on the top, which is an interesting head. This is not coated. This is actually a clear head. Clear head with some sort of black ring, which is just like silk screened on. It's like printed on. And this white area that looks coated is actually a huge dot, a huge fabric dot. And then this one in the center again is another dot on top of that. So right here it's actually 3 plies. The dot, huge white dot, and this is the actual head here. If you can see, the black actually ends and you can see through it. It's actually a clear head. Let's look at the bottom. I won't be able to see anything, but you will. What I've got there is a clear Aquarian Classic Clear 3mm 12-inch. And I've got some Pure Sound 16 strand wires. Let's look at the bass drum here. Same construction, everything 5 plies. Aquarian Super Kick 1 with coated with a super thin kick pad on it. And on the reso side, I've got Aquarian regulator, white, no hole. So anyways, the whole point of this kit here, the extravagance here, is to remove any sort of left or right hand bias away from the drum kit that's like fundamentally present due to the way the kit is arranged. Like the kit is either right or left handed, and I don't like that very much. So both sides of the body have equal access to similar instruments. I'm going to go over the cymbals real quick so I can talk more about the kit. So on the right side, I have more of my like not trashy or like white noisy, but more complex sounding cymbals, like real washy sort of guys in general. Okay, so as my hi-hat, right hi-hat, I've got a Zildjian ZHT China Splash as a top hat, and this is a Will Calhoun Alien Disc. It's got rivets in it. It's a really thick, really weird cymbal, but works great as a bottom hat. Here's 8-inch Milo Classics bell. Here's a Sabian hand-hammered Fierce Crash 16-inch, 18-inch Wuhan China cymbal before Wuhan started being printed on it, so it was great. Here's a Sabian HHX Stage Ride, which is a Dave Weckl custom. Here is a Zildjian Vintage Hats. Let's look at the left side. We've got as hats Oriental 10-inch remote trash hat top. They're both meant to be top cymbals, but these are both the same cymbal. I've got a Wuhan 10-inch Splash, and it says Wuhan on it, so it's a piece of shit. Here we've got a 18-inch Zildjian medium thin Crash. This is a 18-inch A custom China. Here's a AA Rock Ride. And here's some 14, this is 21 inches. Here's a 14-inch hand-hammered Fusion hats, Sabian. Yeah, let's look more into the kit, yeah? So like I said, the whole purpose of this kit is to remove any sort of left or right hand bias. So we've got both hands and both sides of the body having essentially equal opportunity. Not all your toms are jammed up on the right side and your hi-hats on your left side, and there's no way you'd be able to reach a ride cymbal on your right side with your left hand. But no, it's nothing like that. So we've got the central snare drum. Jeez. We've got the snare drum, one rack tom on each side, and 2 floor toms on each side, or you know, that's actually a rack tom, but so we got 2 floor toms on each side, 1 rack tom on each side, the snare drum, and of course the bass drum. Each foot has a bass pedal. On the outside of that, each has access to a direct hi-hat stand, and on the outside of that, this left pedal controls this right remote hi-hat, and this right pedal controls this left remote hi-hat. So not only does this actually remove the left hand and right hand bias, so it allows you to display those sort of left and right symmetries and be able to flip-flop in between those two sets of constraints. It actually introduces more possibilities, because now there's a diagonal link between the left foot and the right hand. There's a diagonal symmetry that's introduced because of this system, and it goes the other way as well. So now you've introduced an even larger set of symmetries to be explored in terms of coordination. Oh yeah, so each side has, you know, a 10-inch hat as a main hat, has an effect cymbal, a crash, a china, a ride, and a remote hat. I use Axis percussion pedals, longboards. I do use the Axis beaters. This is an Axis marksman beater. I put a felt pad on it, and honestly I thought that would fly off in seconds, but it's been doing really well. It's been there for years, and I play pretty much almost every day actually. You know what that is? That's actually the stuff that you put on the bottom of couches and shit to have them slide across the floor easily. That's what that is. That's not coming off. I use a DW3000 hi-hat stand, direct hi-hat stand on this side as well. And I think that's an RH2000, whatever it is, but anyways, it's Pearl remote hi-hat stand, and just a bunch of other miscellaneous hardware. This cowbell is actually attached with a boom stand, a boom arm off the snare stand. This one's attached off a boom attached to the hi-hat stand. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so that's what that pause was for. And yeah, let's look at this music stand here. Attached via some Mapex sort of tom arm thing, copper pipe, and boom, music stand right in the middle. I don't like having to twist my damn neck to try to read some music. So I wanted it right in front of me, and this is great. It's right in front of me. And I can preserve the obsession with the symmetries. And yeah, not much to say about it. Like, I don't really know what all this hardware is. Like, it's just accumulated over the years. So, that's my drum kit. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be glad to answer anything except for stupid questions. But yeah, so yeah, let me know if you have any questions or just anything really. Any comments, open to any sort of criticism. And there will be videos of me playing this soon. Very soon. So, look out for that. See you later. Thanks for watching.